Hey everybody, it's Phoenix at teenscrap.blogspot.com. Today I'm going to be cutting out this pumpkin for a Halloween mini album. I cut the initial shape on my Cricut out of a very thin piece of chipboard, and I use this piece as a stencil to cut from this bigger and thicker 12 by 12 piece of cardboard. So right now I'm just trying to, chipboard. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the placement and try to fit four pumpkins on there, but it ends up not working. So I just cut out that excess piece, which later I'll end up cutting just a square out of it so I can use it for another album later on. So here I'm just cutting off that piece. And the first pumpkin I'm going to be cutting out of, I'm going to be cutting with an X-Acto knife, and I find it a lot harder to cut with an X-Acto knife because there's so many layers of chipboard and this one thicker piece of chipboard, so it just takes a lot longer than I would have liked it to have. And I didn't really think about cutting it with scissors until later on, and you'll see that. So I'm just trying to cut out my initial shape right here, just to make my first cut through the first layer. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this album for the Trade Win Scrapper October trade, or if I'm going to be using it for myself. Once we get partnered up, I'm going to ask her if she likes the idea of a pumpkin album, because I was thinking of using it for maybe a pumpkin picking event at the pumpkin patch, because my boyfriend and I are going to be going pretty soon. And I thought it'd be really cute to document in a pumpkin-shaped album. We're going with his family, so it's a little bit of a bigger event than normal. So here I'm just changing out my blade to see if it'll be easier to cut, and it really isn't that much easier. So if you do ever want to cut your own chipboard shapes, I probably don't recommend using an X-Acto knife. I'll show you how to get straighter, prettier edges using Basic Gray's precision filing set. So my fingers were really starting to hurting after a while. So now I'm just cleaning it up a little bit with scissors and going back with my filing set. And this is just the flat board basic nail filer type that I'm filing with right now. And then I'll use the U-shaped emery board to go into the little nicks and crannies of the pumpkin, and this just gives it a nice rounder edge and rounder inside edges, I guess, since it curves, so rounder curves I should say, and it just looks a lot prettier. So here I'm just cutting out my pumpkin around my pumpkin so I can get a better grip and cut it a little easier. And here I decide to cut it with my scissors, which, as you can tell, goes by a lot quicker. And I'm sorry, this is totally out of frame right now. So now I'm just filing and cutting a little bit. And this I'm just making it a little more precise with my X-Acto knife. And it's a lot easier to cut these little sections out with an X-Acto knife than scissors, but it's easier to cut the basic whole shape with scissors. So now I'm just filing the edges using my flat board and my U-shaped board. So here's my next one. I made 5, I cut out 5 pumpkins and out of chipboard, and then I cut out my 6th pumpkin out of corrugated cardboard, and you'll see that a little bit later on. I just wanted something a little different. So yeah, I'm just cutting. My fingers are starting to hurt a lot by now. So I wish I had used the scissors earlier. And I'm probably putting a lot more force on it than I need to, but since it's so thick, it's just hard to not put that much force on it. So I'm just continuing filing and making things look a little bit better. And I really like this filing set because it allows you to get into all the nooks and crannies. So there's my album. Here I'm just cutting out the square piece. And thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to leave comments, if you have anything to ask, which you probably don't, you can leave a comment also. Thank you very much.